Hi everybody, it's Tammy and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to work on our religious art journal and we're going to be embellishing some pages, just trying to wrap up and get this one done. We did the cover. And if you remember, this is the journal that is made with the squishy Amazon package, which I have a video for that. And I have gone through and sewn in the signatures. Sorry. And installed some of the tags and pockets and things. And I also did these little dangles on the side and put the lace on the edge. So as you can see, I kind of spaced the lace out throughout the signatures on the edges of the pages. And then I took some of my vintage French metals and hung them from the lace. Sorry, I'm trying to get them so that you can see them. So that's what it looks like from the side. And I love the way that looks. And put just a little scrap piece of little satin ribbon, real thin ribbon on there. So I got all those on there. And then for the closure, what I did is I sewed a button on the front here, and then I used this piece of crochet that was in the crochet set that I got that had all these pieces in it, the vintage pieces, and I sewed it on the back, and then it will simply wrap around and then it buttons on this little button, and that's how it stays closed. And as you can see, it's already getting kind of gator mouth, so we're going to have to be really careful about what we put in it from now on. So today what I want to do is I put one of these tags in the front and it flips out, and then I put one in the back and it flips out as well. And there's writing space on the back of it, both sides. And then the cards that we made in the last video, I made pockets for those. And so they're distributed throughout the journal as well. And so what I want to work on today is embellishing some of the other pages and also finishing up these pockets by putting a little something on there. So let's get started. I hope everybody is having a good weekend. I have already filmed one video, and I kind of actually did them out of order. I did a video on my guest design team project for Warner Taylor with Taylor Made Journals, and it's going to be released on Monday, where this one will actually be released on Sunday. So with all that being said, I want to take these little digitals, and I cannot remember who these are from, but I will look it up and post it in the description box below the video. But I want to take these little digitals and I want to do just a little very simple collage on some of these plainer pages. Not plain, but you know, pages that don't have, they have a pattern and you can't necessarily write on them. I guess you could though. They're really not that dark, and if you use the black pen, you probably could write on them. But I want to do some little collage type things down in the corner, just to kind of jazz them up a little bit. So we're going to do that. And I've got just some little scrap pieces of lace, some washi, some tissue paper, and then I've got this French text. I'm going to get that edge off there and throw it in my scrap bucket. And we'll get started. You know, like I said, I don't want to do a lot here. I just want to, you know, put a little bit of something down just to kind of break up the page so it's not just a solid page of anything or nothing. So I'm going to ink this up. Ink this up. And the main purpose, like I said, of this is to just kind of break this up and just give you something to look at as you're flipping through the journal so that you can enjoy, you know, these beautiful, beautiful religious art pieces. All right, so this is the plan for this one. I'm going to get my glue book over here within reach. Be really careful with this paper. It's old. I don't know if the page I brought over here has a date on it, but it is very, very old. No, this one doesn't have a date. But you can actually fill the type on it. I said that in my other video as well, but because I used some in the other one, but it's actually raised where you can fill it. I'm going to use sorry, mumbling to myself is not doing you guys any good. That's it. You notice I didn't put any glue on the lace. I think, you know, gluing the picture on top is going to hold it down just fine. Trying to put my pen back in my glue. Sometimes that's a struggle. All right, and then I'm going to use my little crackle stamp here and just kind of do a little crackle. And that's it. That's all I'm going to do. And I'm going to go through here and do that in several locations. And here's another one. I've got several of these, so we'll do each one a little bit different, but not too much different. And we'll use this washi on this one. And get us a little piece of lace here. I'm trying to do the pieces that are really, really flat because we are getting kind of bulky already. Actually, I might do that one so it's like down there toward the middle more. You know, my main purpose of this journal is to have, for somebody to have lots of room to write and journal, and to showcase this beautiful artwork. So, you know, I'm not worried about over embellishing or over, you know, having tons of pockets and stuff like that, because I really don't want that to be the main focus of this one. I just knocked my washi on the floor and it probably went rolling like 5 miles away. Let's see if I can see it real quick. Oh, not too bad. It didn't go too far. That's not even remotely straight. And I am not gluing this washi because it's pretty sticky, but if now I will glue it right here where it's on the fabric. But if I, you know, when I'm doing my final flip through, if I feel like that it's gonna come up, I'll glue it down. All right, so we want to do this pocket, and on the pockets, I'm going to use the more colorful pieces. Like this. Let's see how I want to tear that down. Finished photo is about shot, people. I'm gonna have to get me another one. I don't know how many of you watched Tim Holtz, his ideology release for 2022 that he filmed on yesterday. But talking about having junk journalers in mind, there are so many things that are so cute for journalers. It's nice to see things that we can actually use. I mean, not that I didn't use this stuff anyway, but he's got some really, really cool stuff coming. All right, so I think that's all I'm gonna do there. And let's flip over and see what we've got next. All right, we're back to one of these. And you don't have to do you know, if you're doing something like this, you don't have to do these all the same. For sure. And actually, I'm going to do this one here. Because like I said, we've got more bulk on the outside pages because we put that lace. So, the inside pages. And actually, I have one more. Stand by just a second. I have one more washi that I want to grab. Okay, I'm back. It probably wasn't even a second for you guys by the time I edit the pause. Okay. Alright, so there's that one. Alright, next we have another pocket. I'm telling you guys, I just love these digitals. The art is just amazing. To me anyway. Been listening to at work. I get tired of listening to the just regular radio because it's the same thing over and over and over, same songs. So I've been listening to podcasts, and the one that I'm listening to right now is kind of a it's a art, kind of like an art history podcast, but it's like the strange things about different paintings and the artist and things like that. And it has turned out to be a really interesting podcast. I'm really enjoying it. So it's learning things you probably didn't know about certain artists and certain paintings. The one I was watching, or listening to, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to use Fabri-Tac. The other day was about Michelangelo and the Sistine Chapel and how long it took to paint that, and how most people say, you know, he did it all by himself and he was on his back and all that kind of stuff. And it was talking about how, you know, that wasn't really what happened, and he actually painted very little of it on his own. He had like a staff, and most of his staff did most of the paintings. There's only a couple of sections that he actually did himself. But they were talking about how moody he was, and he didn't want to do it in the first place because he was a sculptor and not a, you know, he wasn't really a painter. He didn't think he was a good painter at all. And he didn't want to do it, but you know, the Pope requested him, and it's like, you know, if the Pope requests you to do something, you can't really say no. So that's kind of how all that came to pass. So, but it took like 40 years, I think. Some ridiculous amount of time to paint the whole thing, which is amazing. Somebody would spend that much time of their life doing something like that. But yeah, he wasn't a happy camper about it at all. He would throw fits, I guess, and lock everybody out, and very interesting. But the whole series is very interesting. I can't remember what it's called now. But the woman that does it, you know, is of course an art history major. And she's pleasant to listen to, and you know, is a really good storyteller, so she's not, you know, boring you to death or putting you to sleep while you're listening, which is always a good thing. She's got some good stories about Van Gogh and a lot of women. She does one on Georgia O'Keeffe. And very good, very good. So this is kind of what I do, guys, when I'm doing just like general journal stuff, is I just kind of flip through my pages and, you know, do a little bit of collaging here and there, and I'll just kind of go with the flow, and then once everything's done, I, you know, go back from the beginning and make sure I'm not missing anything or add. Usually I do my stamping last. You know, if it's something other than what I'm stamping on my little piece that I'm working on at the moment. Let's do this one over here too. Let's go back to this paper. But yeah, just gather you up some scraps and don't think about it a lot. Just kind of, you know, put things down, and 9 times out of 10 it's going to work out just fine. Just kind of getting a rhythm of what you're doing. Did I use up all my little pieces of lace already? Surely not, because I had a piece that was pretty big. Did I knock it in the floor too? I am the world's worst about that. Yes, I did. Need to have like a bucket or something, I guess, right there underneath my desk to catch all the stuff that I drop on the ground. It's pitiful, pitiful. Okay. Alright, we're almost to the center. I keep going back because I want to make sure that my pages aren't sticking together. So I flip back every little bit to make sure things are all right. Let's do this one. So you guys have any special projects that you're working on? Mine are coming along. They're just all at different stages. None of them done, which that's okay. They'll get done eventually. I hope this isn't too boring, but I'm trying to show you kind of my process for doing things. Oops. That one has a little bit of glue right there, so I'm going to try to rub that off a little bit before I turn the page. Okay. Alright, so here's our center of our signature, and I haven't decided what I'm going to do here yet, so I'm going to go right past that on to the next part. Now, in the front half, you'll notice, oh, and I forgot to stamp that one, that I put everything at the bottom. So, I think what I'm going to do on this half is put some stuff towards the top so that we're not, you know, everything is not on the bottom. This piece of washi doesn't want to stick. I'm going to do another one. There we go. So let's go ahead and do the other pocket. Actually, we have two more pockets. Let's do those first. Oops. Sometimes I have the hardest time getting that pin in there. I say that all the time, I'm sure. It's because I do. I love this paper with this. This is from the Graphics 45, the Clamp paper set. And I think the colors are perfect. Alright, let's do this one. And that one, since the colors are so similar, I might put a little bit of this book page or something. Not book page, but this digital behind it. Just to break it up a little over here. A little bit shorter. Okay. And I'm not saying that I won't go back and add something else to these. What I'm trying to do now mainly is just get the main idea down, and it may be that I come back and do, you know, another stamp or something else with it. But to be honest, I'm kind of liking the simplicity of just the, you know, that being the focus, because it is, you know, so pretty on its own. And these journal cards are quite busy. So, you know, I think with those being so busy, it looks kind of calming, you know, to have that there. So, yep, I'm liking it. Liking it. Okay, so go back. Here's our center. Oops, I lost a French mantle there. My ball pen came undone. Hook that back. Alright, so now let's focus some on getting these on the top. This one's cute with a little lamb. I think we all have a tendency when we're doing this kind of journaling to kind of put everything at the bottom. I know I do. But I also think it's important to, you know, do some stuff at the top so that you're not putting all your weight on the bottom of the journal. But I think, you know, we're aesthetically, we think everything just looks better at the bottom, and it's not always the case. It does, of course, look good, but it can look good at the top too. I think I'm actually going to cut this in half. As far as a glue goes, I've said this before, but for those of you that are new, if I'm gluing just paper to paper, I'll use a glue stick in most cases. If it's a slick paper where I feel like a glue stick is not going to do it, then I'll use my art glitter glue. If I'm gluing a thick paper or cardboard, I would use art glitter glue. And if I am gluing fabric, lace, anything like that, I use the 3-in-1 glue. That's pretty much generally how I determine which one to use. And I have all 3 of them sitting on my desk at all times, and I just grab, you know, whichever one that I think I need for the particular thing that I'm gluing down. Tissue paper works great with glue stick because it is so thin. I think I'm actually going to put one on that side. Let's do this one. I forgot my stamp on that other one, didn't I? I'll just go through, you know, this same process until I get all the way through the journal. Whoops, stuck it to my tissue paper. Stuck it to my finger. Oh, I cannot get that straight. Okay. That's our pocket. Alright, so you guys get the point of that. I'm not going to put you through any more misery. I will show you what I'm debating. For the center. can reach it from here. These are the French papers I was talking about, and they are from 1885. I don't know if this is the right one or not. It is not. I found several of these at an antique store. Well, of course, now I can't find what I was looking for, so we will save that for the next video, because obviously it's ran off. But there is a picture in one of those that I'm debating on using for the center, for this signature here, or the center page spread. I'm hoping that it will work out. And then after that, I may put, I've got several pictures left, the color ones, and I have an idea, I think, for a little booklet that could be stuck in here with those in there, and I'm going to try that out, but it may just cause too much bulk. I don't know. We'll have to see. But so far, I'm loving it, and it's going to be chunky too. No matter how hard I try, my journals end up being kind of chunky, but that just means they're full of goodness, right? So I'm going to stop there for now, and I will continue off camera. Like I said, I just don't want to bore you to death. You get the idea of what I'm doing. And as you can see, let's do from the front. So we've got the tag there. Writing, you know, our little embellishments. Did I stamp that one? Yeah. And there, you know, we've got our pockets with our big tags. I'll probably do some stamping or something on some of these other pages just to give it a little bit of something. But I think those are nice. They're just a little flat, you know, jazzing up the page a little bit. And I'll continue to flip through these for a little bit to make sure they're not sticking in there. Everything's down good. And I'll continue to go through the second half and put, how did I miss that one? Oh no, that's where I am. Continue to put them at the top on this side, so that we get kind of an even distribution between the front and the back of the signature. So, and then, you know, I think we'll be done with this one. Yay. So there you go. And that just wraps around there like that. And that's what it looks like from the back. So I think it's coming along. So if you have any questions about that, please let me know. And thanks for watching. And please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. The thumbs up really helps YouTubers and in being able for other people to see and find and and watch your videos. So that would be greatly appreciated. And next we will be doing, let's see, this will be on Sunday. Monday will be the Lorna Taylor guest design team project. Tuesday will be I found it on Pinterest. And then Thursday, of course, will be Margaret Miller. And so until then, everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and see you next time.